Times are crazy right now, but you knew that. Bills are going up. One job doesn't really seem like enough, and pay raises are like few and far in between. You'll go on, maybe watch TV and you'll see tent cities everywhere. But then you go on social media and everybody is just living a fantastic life, buying luxury brands, going on expensive vacations. And it's like, all right, where do I fit in all of this? I've realized that there's really only two reasons that people don't have enough money, and it's not the government's fault, it's not your mama's fault, it's not your education, all right? And if we're gonna get out of this rat race, we have to do it right. There are things that I have been doing that has actually grown my income by almost $100,000 in a few short years. So I'm gonna share my tips and tricks. I have a really good and quick resource that I'm so excited to share with you that is going to tell you exactly how much money you need to make. Once we have that number, we can really better map out what we need to do in our lives so that we can be on the rich side of the rich and poor divide. So let's get started. I urge you before you continue to watch this video to click the link in my description for my dream lifestyle calculator. It is absolutely free and it's a really quick and easy resource that I've created to help people actually get started and see what kind of money they need to make. And the results might shock you, because mine, I was a little bit shook, I'm not gonna lie to you. Here is a quick sneak peek look of the worksheet. It shouldn't take too long to fill out, but I want you to be super intentional about what you're putting into these amounts, because this is your dream life, okay? A lot of people do not see success because they do not even know what they're shooting for. This is gonna give you a good idea of how much money you need to make to live your dream life. And hold on to that number because I'll tell you exactly what to do with it later in the video. Follow the instructions, punch in the numbers, and then share in the comments what your dream income is, okay? And like I said, you'll be surprised to see that it might not even be as unattainable, right? It might be easier and more within your reach than you thought. I'll put my number in the comments too, so just check down there. I think I'll pin it. I'll pin my number in the comments so you can see what my dream lifestyle income is. And shout out to Tim Ferriss, because I got that tip from the 4-Hour Work Week. So you can definitely read that book. I have it linked in my Amazon storefront in the description. So definitely click that and check it out. Like I said, 2 reasons people don't have money, okay? Number 1 reason is if you find yourself being a high income earner, and high income really depends on where you're living. $60,000 can get you really far, maybe in like Montana, but you're barely getting by in California or New York, right? So depending on where you're at, the number varies. But if you consider yourself somebody who makes decent money, but you don't know where your money's going, the problem is you don't know where your money's going, right? Okay, you have to actually track that. Like if you ask me right now, how much do you spend a month? I can tell you, $3,000 goes on fixed expenses. $912 bi-weekly is put into my account to buy food, clothes, whatever. Like I could just list everything off, right? The rest goes into my savings account. So if you can't list things off that quickly, maybe you should think about doing that. So if you feel like you don't make enough money, then this option is not that great either, but you don't have high skills, right? High income skills, things that command high income. That doesn't mean that what you're doing is not worth anything. Teachers are a perfect example, right? They'll tell you things like, well, I'm only making $40,000, but I just love what I do. You sound crazy, okay? You sound crazy. There is no reason why a teacher should be making just $40,000 or $50,000 unless they're just taking whatever is given to them. Perfect example, I teach financial education on here, financial education, investing, and economics on here, okay? My videos probably take 10 hours a month to actually record and edit, and I get paid $1,000 a month on average. That's $100 an hour. How can you revolutionize your skills to keep up with the times? The whole go to school and work 40 hours a week, that is played out, okay? That was made before the internet. Now people are just becoming overnight sensations on the internet and making a killing. So how can you better market your skills and get more money? So now let's look at that number and let's analyze it, okay? If your number is like, let's say $100,000 and you're looking around everybody in your industry, or at least at your job, and no one's really making that money, and if you don't know how much people are making, you can go on glassdoor.com, you can Google average income or median income for an accountant, median income for whatever. Make sure you put your state in, because it's definitely unique to state. So median income for accountants in Florida. If you see that your dream number isn't anywhere in that range, like let's say the highest it goes is 80,000, but your dream lifestyle is 100,000, what does that tell you, right? That at least it tells me that I need to get moving. I need to think about some other ways to make some money so that I can live my dream lifestyle. People keep on complaining about inflation. It's not going to get better, sweetheart. The rich and poor divide is right in our faces. Think about if you're somebody who likes to shop, okay? There's plenty of stores like Shein. There's Shein, there's Forever 21, there's like Boohoo. I can keep on going for days and days and days. Then there's like the expensive brands like Revolve, Reformation. You know, if you go to like Nordstrom, everything in there is very expensive. It's like there are not a lot of middle class stores where you can get like a decent outfit under $100. It's either going to be super, super cheap like Shein, no disrespect, or a little bit pricey. Think about houses too. I don't know about you, but like for me, when I look around at all the new construction, it's always luxury, you know, marble countertops and things like that. I barely see affordable income, okay? So there'll be new developments there, or there'll be kind of developments in the quote unquote hood, and they aren't really that nice. They're just kind of getting you by, but it's really not in a good neighborhood, okay? So even then, the disparity in homes, I mean, it's right in our faces. We see the clear rich and poor divide. Layaway came back, okay? And layaway, I'm actually gonna have a whole separate dedicated video to this, but this layaway is not like the layaway back in the day, okay? Because at least back in the day, there was an element of like delayed gratification, but now they're just kind of giving you the product and making you pay later. And payments, as I mentioned before on my channel, quickest way to find yourself in bad shape, okay? Because if you have to make payments on it, you cannot afford it. That's just the truth. Tracking my net worth versus tracking my savings has made a dramatic difference in how I look at money, and it puts more of a focus on assets. I'll link that video up here if you want to check that out. But that's a really good start, right? We already have our dream income. Now let's look at our actual income and see where we can fill in the gap. And what's really interesting is that I put like my dream income, okay? And then I'm looking at how much I spend right now. And in some of the categories, I was actually already close to that. So I was like, I'm living my dream, you know, income, but I ain't got the dream income yet, right? So there's still more work I need to do. Having as many fixed expenses versus variable expenses is really important also. The prices for food are changing, going out is getting more expensive, everything is going up. So having as much things that are stuck and don't move is really a preference, especially like if you're dealing with loans. Putting something on a credit card, it's very tempting to keep on just spending because you have that kind of unlimited tap. You pay it down and it's available for you again. If you do the personal loan route, conversely, you have a set amount of time that you're going to pay it off. You cannot really re-borrow. Once it's paid off, it's done, it's closed. That teaches discipline, right? And then it gives you a set goal to pay it off. It's much more organized than having this credit card that's just like an unlimited tap of money that really comes to screw you in the end. Start saving now before everybody else does. You want to know why recessions happen? It's because, first of all, they announce it, right? And a lot of times when you announce things, you put it out there, it just starts, it increases. So if it was going to be a recession, like now it's an even worse recession, okay? But part of what really makes recessions bad is that people, because they have this idea that, oh my goodness, like we're in a recession, they're going to hold on to their money, okay? If you're holding on to your money, there is not a lot of money to circulate, right? I was going to go buy that new car, but now I'm not because I'm holding on to my cash. That's less cash that's going to be able to be, you know, given to the workers who are going to give it to the grocery people. And that money is not going to circulate in the economy anymore. Everybody's going to be saving. And that is what creates a contraction of the market because now things can't go as high as they could go before because people are not dishing that money out anymore. If you start saving now, before the recession becomes what it is, right? When everything is going down in price, you can actually take advantage of it, okay? So you can go in there and get another house if you want to, or you can go in there and really survive because a lot of people get their jobs cut too. And now they want to start penny pinching. Nah, honey, you need to do the penny pinching before this time actually comes. It's also really important for us to market our skills better, okay? Jobs are never going to pay us what we deserve, what we are actually worth because they have to make a profit, right? So if you're worth $150,000, they might pay you $100,000 and pocket that $50,000. We have to be able to market ourselves better and always look for more, okay? Whether it's starting your own business, which I'm such a big proponent of having your own business because you have so much more control over your money and every hour that is put in is coming back out to you directly. You might think things are oversaturated, but they're not, okay? This is a consumer-based economy, honey, okay? There are much more consumers than there are creators. If everybody who watched this video created, there will still be way more consumers than there are creators, okay? So don't feel like things are oversaturated. I could have felt that way too, but I'm making my name out here, okay? And I'm gonna continue to grow. The thing about businesses is that they grow exponentially, and we have free resources. We have social media, which can really blow your business up overnight for the free. I love free stuff. But not everybody wants to own a business. Not everybody has that vision, and I can tell you until I'm blue in the face how awesome I think it is, but you might not want to do that, and I totally get it, okay? You don't have to be a business owner. You can still get your money up dramatically. In fact, I have done plenty of little tips and tricks that I share in these videos right here that have dramatically increased my income by $70,000 just with these 2 videos, okay? And you can command more too. So click those, and I will check you out next time.